Hi, this is Danger Man, the Urban Superhero, and this is another Danger Man moment. I just wanted to comment very briefly on this tape that has just surfaced on the shooting, not the shooting, I'm sorry, the beating of the 15-year-old teenager in Houston by the police. He was a burglary suspect, not a shooting suspect, but a burglary suspect. Burglary is a crime, yes, but it'd take 5 grown men to beat him down. And I support the police when the police are right, or when a police officer dies in the line of duty. We should not be shooting police officers. But police officers need to also work within the law. First, the police car hit the young man and knocked him to the ground. And then these 5 grown men stood over and beat this young man. One of them kicked this young man 15 times. I don't think kicking is in the police manual about kicking a suspect when he's down on the ground. And then after this young man was even handcuffed, he kicked him 3 or 4 more times in the groin area. This young man got on the ground, put his hands behind his head, around his neck, as to, "I surrender." And they beat the crap out of him. And now these police officers are going to be charged with a misdemeanor. I think this young man's civil rights were violated and the federal government needs to get involved. Because we need to put an end to police brutality. All right. You guys have a tough job out there. The police department has a tough job and we need them. But we don't need them beating up our young people. All right. And even though they said, well, this kid survived, he doesn't have any permanent injuries, he got his behind beat by some cops. All right. And I didn't hear anything about he had a weapon on him. Okay. And he was a kid. He was a 15-year-old teenager. And these are 5 grown men who outweighed him like 10, 20 times, okay? And they just beat this young man. All right. And this is not acceptable. All right. Serve and protect. All right. Not serve and beat down, okay? Because we hear lots of cases every day in NAACP and about young people who have had altercations with the police and been brutalized. There's no videotape, so it's like their word against the police officer's word. But this time, last March, there was a videotape, and we see it very clearly. And these 40 cops were indicted because, I think it was 5 of the cops were indicted by the grand jury because of the videotape. Because they looked and saw this one officer kick this young man 15 times. What was that about? Why was he kicking him 15? He was just laying on the ground. He kicked him 15 times. And because he has no permanent injuries, they say, well, they'll just charge him with a misdemeanor. There's injuries up here, though. There's injuries up in how he's going to live the rest of his life and be affected by this. This is not acceptable. We need to have justice. We also need to be safe. Our communities be safe. We don't want to get robbed and shot and beat up. But justice cannot be dealt in the street. This is Danger Man, the Urban Superhero. And this has been another Danger Man moment. You guys, talk to your kids. Make sure they know the difference in right and wrong. And understand what can happen to them when they're out there. Don't run from the police. Because the police will come after you and they'll beat you down if you run from them. If you rob somebody, if you've done some wrong, stop right there Get on the ground, put your hands behind you, and don't run from the police, because they get mad. And when they catch you, they will beat you down. They will beat you down, as we saw in this video. You do the time, you do the crime, face it, you're going to do the time. Parents, talk to your kids. This is Danger Man, the Urban Superhero, and this has been another Danger Man moment. Thank you.